Traders, welcome to SammybrainFx. So in today's video we are going to be doing a top-down analysis on Volatility 751X index. Okay, so please, if you're new to our channel, do well to like our videos and then subscribe to our channel to continue receiving updates from us. Alright, so without further ado, let's dive in. So top-down analysis on Volatility 751X index. Alright, so looking at the chart before us. So what is top-down analysis? Top-down analysis is simply when you're analyzing the markets from a higher time frame down to the lower time frame. Okay, so in doing that, you are going to be having an overview of the entire market, what the market is actually doing. Okay, so it will give you an edge when it comes to taking the right trade. So it's better you analyze from a higher time frame down to the lower time frame to look out for an entry. Okay, so that's what we call top-down analysis. Now looking at the chart before us, we see what has been happening in the Volatility 751X index. We see that right, starting from here, that price has been in an uptrend. What do we see? We saw that there was a break of structure here to the upside. There was a break of structure. There was a break of structure to the upside, and then price broke structure, and then we also saw that there was a retracement to the zone. There was a retracement to the zone, and then there was another break of structure here to the upside. The price went and then it retraced to the zone. It retraced to the zone, and then after the retracement to the zone, there was no break of structure. Okay. Now I want to talk about the break of structure. A break of structure, there will have to be a full body candle close. Now let's go here. We saw that there was this break of structure, meaning that this previous high was taken by this high, so it created a new high. So this is a break of structure, a valid break of structure. So here we also saw that after price did this, there was a retracement, and then there's a full body break above this previous high. This is a break of structure. But when we got here, after this retracement, we saw there was no full body candle close. Rather, what are we seeing here? We are seeing wicks. Okay, this is not a break of structure, so there's no break of structure here because we didn't have a full body candle closing above this previous high. So there was no break of structure here. Rather, what did we see? We saw all this week, meaning the buyers where there was a rejection here, such that the buyers did not win. It was the sellers, that's the bear, that actually took over the market. So it couldn't break it further. No break of structure, but price rather broke structure to the downside. So we have this break of structure to the downside. So there's a break of structure to the downside here. Okay, there's break of structure. So we now have this zone. Okay, let me zoom in. So we have this zone. Yep, we have this order block. We have this order block, this particular candle right here. It's caused the break of structure to the downside. So there was a break of structure to the downside. Oh, there was a rejection here. There was a break of structure to the downside. Okay, and then there's a break of structure. Now also notice here that after this break of structure, there is also a zone here that triggered this move. Okay, we can mark out this zone. Remember, we're in our daily time frame, so we can mark out the zone here. Mark out the zone because this zone, it was the zone that caused this break of structure to the upside. We have the zone marked out here. So now go back to where we were. So after this break of structure to the downside, so there was much rejection here, and then there was a break of structure to the downside. This zone caused the break of structure, meaning this is a valid zone. Okay, this is a valid zone that we should be looking at for in the future. This is a strong high. This is a strong high. All right, so now after we have this break of structure to the downside, and we also have another zone here. There's also another zone here that we can also look at for. This is also another zone. This zone caused this break of structure. Okay, there was a break of structure here caused by this zone. Okay, there's also another break of structure here. Okay, there's also another break of structure caused by this zone. So now after this break, remember there's also a zone down here, so we got this break to the downside, and we saw something like this. Okay, let me use this. Okay, so we started here. There was a break of structure above this, and we had this and had this and had this, and then retracement to the zone. We have another break of structure, and then retracement to this particular zone, and then there was no break of structure, there was rejection. Okay, and then we all have this break to the downside. This break, this zone trigger this move that broke structure. Okay, there's also another zone here, but let's just use this. So this caused this big break of structure. So price got here, and then there was a retracement, but there was no break of structure here, no break of structure here, and then another retracement, but here we had a break of structure. There was a break of structure here, we got this high, and then we got this low. There was no break of structure until here. This is now when we had a break of structure to the downside. Okay, so now we see that this is a break of structure. So we have this break of structure here. So there's a break of structure here to the upside, and then a retracement. There was no further break of structure. Rather, price broke another structure to the downside. Another structure to the downside. Okay, so there was break of structure to the downside, and then a retracement, another break of structure to the downside. Okay, so this is what we are having. Okay, this is what we are having, but majorly in the daily range, this is actually what we are having. If you look at it from the daily standpoint, we are having this break of structure, we're having this, we're having this, and then we have this, we have this, we have this. Okay, so this is what we are looking at for majorly. So price has gotten back to this hour zone, so we can take this out actually. So we saw that price was in an uptrend, and then it changed to bearish, to downtrend. Okay, so that's how we have seen the price movement so far. All right, so now, as I thought a few days ago, we spotted this. So having seen that the price has been in a downtrend right from here, it broke structure and it was going down, and then we did got here, there was a break of structure to the downside, and then it got to this hour zone. Now this is the zone, this is an order block that caused this break of structure. So we are looking at buying from here, but we don't just buy, we don't buy just yet. Okay, so after price tap into this hour zone, okay, after price tap into the zone, let's go to 4 hours. So after price tap into the zone, we saw that this break of structure, there's a zone that caused this break of structure here. So this is the zone that caused the break of structure. This particular zone, it caused the break of structure here. For 4 hours we have the zone. So this zone caused break of structure here. This structure was broken by this zone. So we have the break of structure here to the downside caused by this zone. So we waited for price to come in to tap into the zone. That's in the 4 hours. So price tap into our zone in the 4 hours time frame. Okay, let's go to 2 hours and see something. Okay, so price tap into our zone. Now the next thing we are going to be looking at for it's a change. We're going to look at a change in the market bias. Okay, so remember this is a valid zone. This zone causes this break of structure to the downside. So this zone causes break of structure, meaning we are looking at shorting the market at this particular zone, because of course from what we are seeing, the market has been on a downtrend. So in a 2 hours time frame, was there any market shift? No. Let's go to our 1 hour time frame. So we are going to see something here clearly, that when price got here, we saw that we are looking for a break of structure. Okay. We saw that after price tap into that our 4 hours zone, there was a break of structure. There's a break of structure here. There's a break of structure here to the downside. So this is a break of structure. Why this is a break of structure? Because there's a full body candle close below. So there was a break of structure here, and then there's a break of structure here. Now what caused this break of structure? Where is the origin that caused this break of structure? Okay, this is actually where it started from. After price tap into this hour zone, this is where it started from, down here. So if we look here, we saw that there was an order block that was formed here before this momentum that came here. And not just there was a break of structure here as well. There was a break of structure here. There was also another break. So we have several break of structure. So there was also a break of structure here. Break of structure here. There was a break of structure here, and then there's also another break of structure here. But what we are going to be looking at most importantly is the zone that caused this break of structure, the major zone that caused this momentum. Okay, so after price tap into this zone, we saw that there was an order block that was created here. This guy here, right here. So this guy is the one that really caused this momentum shift to the downside. So this break of structure, all this was caused by this zone. So when price broke structure, so we waited for price to tap into this hour zone, which is actually the two price broke structure. So we had this move, this break, retracement, all these, and then this break of structure, and then this is the zone that caused the break. So we waited for price to tap into that zone before we sell. Okay, so now before selling, you also have a confirmation before we sell. So now price having tapped into the zone. Okay, this is our zone. So the next thing we look at for to refine our entry, to have a confirmation entry, we go down to a lower time frame. So have price having tapped into a point of interest. If you go to 15-minute time frame, let's see. So coming down to 15-minute time frame, we saw that we wait for a market shift. Okay, so now we saw that here, price tap into our zone. Where did we have the break of structure? So price came in, tap into our zone, and then did this. There was a break of structure, and then price came in here, and then we saw that there was a break of structure. Yep. Okay, so this break of structure we saw. So this is it. We saw break of structure in the 15-minute time frame, and this is the zone that caused the break of structure here, right here. So we saw this. This is where we got our. Alright, so price broke structure. the breakout structure, and this is the zone that causes breakout structure. So here we would have had our sell limits here, then of course a stop loss above that zone right there, stop loss above that zone. So we waited till price broke structure and then it retraced to that our zone and sold. Now this is where I would have gotten our exit. Let's go to our 1 hour time frame. Remember, price has been on a downtrend. Looking at it from our high time frame perspective, price has been on a downtrend. Okay, right from the zone, price has been on a downtrend. All right, so now having gotten our entry here, where would have been our target? Our target is here. Okay, if I come down to a 4 hours time frame, okay, this is actually the market range. If we got an entry, this is where will be our exit points, somewhere down here, but not to be greedy, we would have gotten here, out here. Are you getting me? All right, so now actually if you're using 2 TPs, which would have been smarter, okay, we would have gotten our first TP here. This would have been our first TP. This is too bold. This would have been our first TP, and then we had then this is our second TP. So this is TP1 and this is TP2. So I take profit 1 and I'll take profit 2. I take profit 2. So I'll take profit 1 and I'll take profit 2. So you see how we would have rode the market all the way down. This would have been our TP1. So cool. And then our TP2 right there. Okay, so this is how we would have taken advantage of that price movement. Now remember, if I go back to our daily time frame, this is an overview of the markets. Okay, looking at it in a high time perspective, and then we see that this is also a valid zone. Okay, this is also a demand zone because there is an order block, a bullish order block. So price has tapped into the zone, and then we saw this break, but there was no break of structure. It didn't take out this previous high. So and then price has retraced. So what we can do here is coming back to our 4 hours time frame, we can also look at for a buy likely here if price gets into the zone. Okay, let's look at for something. Let's check the 8 hours time frame. Okay, if you look at it from the 8 hours time frame, this is a zone, and then 4 hours time frame, this is another zone. This is a more refined zone in 4 hours time frame. So now, when can we look out for a buy here? Okay, what will make us to look out for a buy, a bullish entry would be if price tap into the zone where price is now, or if it comes lower, whatever the case, and then it goes up to break this previous low. If price does this, you will be looking out for a retracement to go bullish. Okay, if price does that, we'll be looking out for a retracement to go bullish. This is the only reason we would be looking out for a bullish move. So aside this, we should be looking out for the market to go down the more, to sell the more. But for us to go bearish, to continue bearish, you will be looking at for something like this, for price to break this low and then probably have any form of retracement around here or around here for us to sell. to continue the bearish move. Okay, so yeah, if we have this break and then retracements, likely continue our bearish move. Otherwise, if we have this breakout structure here, retracement, we'll be looking at buy. So right guys, so that's that for that. That's how we took advantage of this bearish move. So that's all for our top down analysis on volatility 75 1x index. So we will see you in our next video. Bye for now.